Ruth was born and raised in the bustling town of Egbeda in Lagos. Her family didn't have much, but they had enough to get by. Her father was a welder with hands as strong as a rock. He worked from morning till night in a noisy workshop that echoed with clanks and spanks. Ruth's mother sold tomatoes, pepper and onions in the local markets, returning home every evening with the scent of onions clinging to her clothes. They lived in a 2-bedroom apartment with faded paint, a leaking roof, and a persistent rat that seemed to have signed a tenancy agreement with them. Ruth was the last child of 3 children, and they poured everything they had into her. Education was a priority, and since the other children could not go to the university, they decided that by all means Ruth would go. Her father used to say, "Book has no expiring date," and that was the only property no one can steal from anyone. Though he was uneducated, but he was determined to send Ruth to school. So they scrapped and saved to send Ruth to the university. She was the first in the family to get that far. When it was time to go, her mother gave her a tight hug, slipping a small Android phone into her hands, and said, "Use it well, and make sure to focus on your studies." Ruth was happy. Now she owned an Android phone and could finally feel like a big girl on campus. But Ruth had big dreams. She was not about to use the phone to call village people. No, she was going to use it to blow. It started with a simple video. Ruth was lying on the bunk one day, bored and sweating like akara on a frying pan, when her roommate showed her a TikTok video. A girl on the screen was dancing in slow motion, her hair flipping as if it was being fanned by an angel. "You dey see this babe? She only danced on her videos. Oh, see views now, 400,000. Her roommate said, eyes wide with disbelief. Ruth squinted. "Now wow." Just like that, Ruth did not waste time. She downloaded the app immediately. That night, she stayed up watching videos after videos, her data crying silently. Influencers were dancing, cooking, acting skits, even crying for views. One girl went viral for simply eating rice with mango. "Abeg, I can do this thing too now," Ruth muttered, and that was it. The fire was lit. She created her account at Ruthie the Glow Queen. Her first video was a shaky clip of her dancing to a trending sound in the hostel corridor. The video had only 23 views, but Ruth did not care. She felt like a celebrity already. As Ruth's interest in TikTok grew, her interest in lectures shrank like boiled spinach. 8 a.m. classes became optional. Group work, she would rather film a TikTok skit about group work than participating in it. Whenever she did manage to drag herself to class, she always came prepared. Not with notebook or pen, but with her selfie stick and her Android phone. She would position herself by the window, where the lighting was just right, lip-syncing to motivational audios while her classmates discussed exam formats. Ruth, did you not hear what the lecturer said about the continuous assessments? Her seatmate asked once. "Shh, I'm recording," she whispered, putting out her phone camera like her life depended on it. Church was not spared. Ruth would film herself deep in prayer, eyes squeezed shut, speaking in tongues with one eye opened to check if the camera was still rolling. She once did a slow-motion video of herself catching the Holy Ghost feeling and posted it with the caption, "Holy Ghost Spirit vibes only, #blessed and booked." Her TikTok followers increased, 200, then 500, then 2,000. With every new followers, Ruth felt like she was ascending. She stopped picking her parents' calls as often, especially when she was live. Her mother once commented on her video, "Ruth, hope you are reading." She deleted the comment immediately and blocked her mother. There was no room for distractions. The turning point came during a campus protest. Ruth was marching around school, chanting and demanding better conditions in the hostel. Ruth was never to miss content opportunity. Put on a face cap, wore a fake protest t-shirt and joined the crowd, not to protest, but to record. She danced in the middle of the chaos to a trending Afrobeat sound, captioning the video, "Even in struggle, we glow." Hashtag protest with style. The video blew up. Over 100,000 views in 2 days. She got 10,000 new followers. Brands began to reach out. Small wigs and lip gloss companies sent her free products to promote. She was now a micro influencer, a title she wore like a crown. Her work changed. Her tone changed. She started wearing shades indoors. "I can't come and kill myself with school," she told her roommate. "TikTok is my destiny. Education is plan Z." Her roommate blinked. I thought it was plan B." "Ah, my sister, it has shifted," Ruth said. Even the sanctuary wasn't safe. Ruth turned the house of God into a content studio. Sunday morning were sacred, not for worship, but for creating faith-based content. She would arrive at church in heels so high that could touch the heaven, wearing makeup that could blind an usher. Just before the sermon, she would sneak into the bathroom to take selfies with her Bible in her hands. During worship, she positioned her phone discreetly and recorded herself crying, not because she was moved but because she needed content that showed deep spirituality. "God is too faithful to fail," she whispered into her phone camera with tears filter on her face. One Sunday, the pastor asked people to come forward for prayers. Ruth joined the queue, not for prayers but for a dramatic video. As hands were laid on her, she staggered theatrically, camera perfectly angled to catch her fall. The video went viral with people commenting, "Wow, see Holy Ghost fire." Her fame grew. She started going live during midweek services, saying things like, "We dey serve the living God if you no dey worship, wetin you gain?" Back home, her parents were worried. Her mother called one evening after seeing yet another viral video of Ruth doing a makeup tutorial right in the church staircase. "Hello, Ruth," her mother called one day. "I take God beg you, face your life now. No be everything be cruise. I dey see all the video wey you dey post." Ruth's mother warned, already tired of her daughter's lifestyle. But Ruth laughed. "Mama, you don't understand. This is my ministry too. Influencing is my calling." And just like that, she blocked her mother yet again. When the final year results were released, the campus was bustling like a disturbed beehive. Students gathered in groups, refreshing their portals and shouting as they saw their grades. Ruth sat in her corner, phone in her hands, not to check her results, but to post a new dance video using trending sound. Her roommate screamed suddenly, jumping up and down. "First class! Ruth, I made a first class!" she shouted with tears in her eyes. "Wow, congrats babes," Ruth said, barely looking up. "Me sef, I just hit 50,000 followers Later that night, Ruth casually checked her results. Third class. She blinked, then shrugged. "At least I graduated," she muttered. "School no be scam, but it's not my calling." Her parents were disappointed. Her father sighed deeply. "Ruth, na wetin be dis? All the money wey we hustle give you, na third class you bring come back." "Daddy, third class no be the end of the world See, content creation is the future," Ruth said confidently. Her mother nearly fainted. "Content call kerosene ni. You are a very stupid child." But Ruth had made up her mind. Her career path was not in boardrooms or government offices. It was online, in filters, hashtags, and viral dances. Now a graduate, Ruth moved out of her parents' house to focus fully on content. She rented a small self-contained apartment in Surulere, painted the walls pastel pink, and set up her ring lights like it was a shrine. Every corner of her room was a backdrop. The kitchen was for cooking skits, the bed for skincare routine, and the windows for motivational monologues. She went live daily, sometimes twice. She told her followers, "I am just doing me, no pressure, no grief for anybody." Brand deals started trickling in. Hair brands, slimming tea companies, Even a small boutique in Yaba sent her clothes in exchange for promotion. The money wasn't plenty, but Ruth was good at packaging. She rented clothes for photo shoots, borrowed her friend's car to do fake "get ready with me for a brand meeting" videos, and always made sure her caption screamed luxuries. Location: Banana Island. Mood: book and busy. She posted once while sitting in a restaurant in Ogudu. Her followers believed every bit of it. She had officially become an influencer. Ruth lived by one motto: fake it until you make it. She wore it like perfume. She spent hours planning content that looked expensive. She knew the right angles, the best time to post, and how to write caption that sounded rich. On days she felt hungry, she would go to a luxury restaurant, buy the cheapest things on the menu, usually bottled water, and spend an hour taking photos. "You all, this grilled chicken is to die for," she captioned, hiding the fact that the chicken was just a prop on someone else's table while she drank water. People started to call her the Queen of Soft Life. She hosted Instagram Live with titles like "Manifesting Your Dream Lifestyle" and "How to Glow Up Spiritually and Physically." The truth was, Ruth was still very broke. She owed rent, her phone screen was cracked, and she was always begging friends to send her small data. But none of that mattered. Online, she looked like she was flying private jets every weekend. "E go soon balance," she often said to herself. "Na just small push remain." One Thursday afternoon, Ruth was sitting at a high-end restaurant in Victoria Island, sipping bottled water as usual and pretending to be on a business call, when a tall man in a navy blue suit walked past her table. He paused, looked at her and smiled. "Excuse me, are you Ruthie the Glow Queen?" Ruth blinked, adjusting herself slightly. "Yes, I am. You follow me on TikTok?" "Not really," the man said, laughing. "My niece watches your videos regularly. She even tries to dance like you." They got talking. His name was Chooks. He was in his late 30s, quiet, successful, and owned a small tech company. He was polite, well-spoken, and clearly intrigued by Ruth. "You look different in person," he said. "More beautiful, I guess?" Ruth asked. He laughed again. "Yes, definitely." They exchanged contacts. Ruth floated home that day like a balloon. Finally, she thought, a man that matches her online standard. They started talking daily. Chooks wasn't a social media person, but he found Ruth amusing. Her energy was wild, unpredictable, yet somehow charming. One evening, barely 3 months later, Chooks said, "I don't want to waste time with you. I want to marry you." Ruth screamed, "Yay! God, you did it!" But deep down, she expected more. She knew she wanted a proper show of proposal, not the one Chooks had just done with only his mouth. Ruth couldn't wait for a normal proposal. No way. This was her chance to trend again. So she got to work. She bought her own engagement ring online, hired a small camera crew, invited a few friends, and rented a garden space in Lekki. Then she told Chooks, "Just come with me. I want you to meet my friends." When he arrived, she gave him the ring secretly and whispered, "Please, kneel and propose when I say surprise." Chooks looked confused, but he didn't know what to do. He did it. As soon as he knelt, Ruth screamed, "Oh my God, is this real? I am engaged!" She went live immediately. Her followers were screaming in the comments, "Aww, God, when? This is beautiful." The video got over 1 million views. Even blogs reposted it. Chooks, though quiet, played along. He didn't like the spotlight, but he liked Ruth. He thought it was just excitement and it would pass. The wedding came 2 months later. Ruth live streamed everything from her makeup session to the moment she walked down the aisle. She had her bridesmaid doing TikTok transition, and even the wedding vows were recorded on multiple phones. When they got home that night, Ruth posted a TikTok from their wedding bed. Chooks said nothing. He just leapt off. He had no idea what was coming next. The marriage did not slow Ruth down. Oh. In fact, it intensified her content creation. She turned her new home into a live studio. The living room became a dance floor. The kitchen, a beauty set, and the bedroom, well, let's just say it became a very busy filming location. Ruth began posting marriage life diaries, where she showcased romantic dinners, often just Indomie and Eggo, matching pajamas, and morning prayer sections with Chooks, who usually had no idea he was being recorded. "Babe, smile small now. We are going live," she would say at 6 a.m., phone in hand and bonnet still on her head. Chooks would grunt, barely awake. He wasn't used to this level of exposure. He loved Ruth, yes, but the constant filming made him uncomfortable. He couldn't even scratch his belly in peace without appearing in someone's good morning vlog. He talked to Ruth about it once. "We can slow down on the video at least, in the bedroom." "But babe, my followers love realness," Ruth replied. "You are part of my brand now. We are couple goals." Chooks sighed. He didn't want to be anyone's goal. He just wanted his peace. One bright Tuesday morning, Ruth stared at the test strip in her bathroom. 2 lines. Positive. She screamed, danced around the house, and immediately set up her ring lights. "Hey fam! Big announcements. Your girl is expecting. Your girl is pregnant," she said into the camera, wearing a fake designer robe and rubbing her belly for effect. Comments flooded in. "Congratulations. God did it. This baby is already a star." Ruth soaked it all in. She was trending again. Later that day, Chooks was at work when a colleague stopped by his desk. "Congratulations, man. I saw your wife's post." "Post? What post?" Chooks asked, confused. "She dey expect now. She's pregnant. She said it on TikTok just now." Chooks blinked. He hadn't even known his wife was pregnant. He rushed to the restroom and called Ruth. "Are you pregnant?" "Yes, babe. I wanted to tell you, but the excitement carried me away. I don't blow the whistle already." Chooks was silent. "You couldn't tell me before telling the internet?" Babe, you are too serious. I am going to explain when you come back home." That day was when Chooks realized that he was in big trouble. Ruth's pregnancy journey was one long content reel. She posted everything: her cravings, her baby pump updates, her gender reveal, which involved blue and pink balloons bursting over a rented pool, and dramatic late-night craving that were clearly scripted. But behind the scenes, things weren't rosy. Ruth became more obsessed with her image. She didn't want to gain too much weight. "I need to stay snatched," she told herself. She started eating less, just enough to avoid fainting. She avoided carbs like they were demons. Chooks noticed. "Ruth, eat. It's not just about you anymore. The baby needs nutrients." "I am fine," she snapped. "Do you want me to become fat on camera? My fans know me as slim and sexy." "What about being healthy?" Chooks argued. "This is serious." But Ruth wouldn't listen. Her body was a brand, and brand don't lose shape. She continued filming beauty routines with her baby bump, often wearing corsets and applying foundation like she was going for a red carpet event. Chooks began to worry deeply. It happened one hot afternoon. Ruth was home alone. Chooks had gone to work and she was trying to record a labor prank video, pretending to be in labor for laughs. As she started her live session, real contractions steadily hit her. "Fam, I think I am currently in labor," she said, panicking. The comment exploded. "Call your husband. End the life. Why are you filming?" People commented. Ruth, instead of ending the stream, kept talking. "I just want to share this moment with you guys." Only after 15 minutes of struggling did she finally call her husband. Chooks, it's happening. I need help. He didn't wait. He sped home like a madman, practically flying on 3rd Milan Bridge. By the time he got home, Ruth was on the floor, still holding her phone. He scooped her up and rushed her to the hospital. Hours later, their son was born. Chooks was exhausted but overjoyed. He kissed the baby's forehead. "You are safe now, my boy. Welcome." Ruth opened her eyes, and what she said next shocked Chooks to his bone marrow. Did the life go viral? Chooks stared at her stunned. What? Motherhood was another opportunity for Ruth to build content. She named her son King Zayn and made a separate social media page for him at King Zayn. The bio read, "Born royal, living soft." But parenting was work, real work, and Ruth was not ready. She refused to breastfeed regularly. "I don't want my breast to fall like mango. I need to snap back," she told Chooks. She started doing workout videos just a week after delivery, forcing her body to bounce back for her online persona. Her followers were praising her. "You don't even look like you gave birth," they gushed. What they didn't see was Chooks up every night, feeding and rocking the crying baby, while Ruth applied concealer in the bathroom for a midnight mommy routine vlog. Chooks begged her to hire help. "Let's get a nanny, please. We are tired and I'm overwhelmed." Ruth flared up. "So you want a nanny to enter this house and be watching you in boxers, eh? You want to cheat, Abi? Just go straight to the point." Truth was speechless. "It's not about me. It's about the baby. You clearly don't have time for him." But Ruth was unmoved. She had rather let her son cry than let a stranger touch him or touch her husband. One evening, she was filming a soft live streaming. She left her baby upstairs unattended to. While she was flipping her hair and smiling at comments, the baby crawled out of the room and crawled towards the staircase. A loud noise broke the silence. Ruth turned sharply. Her phone slipped from her hand. Her heart stopped. Ruth stood frozen at the sound of the third. The live video was still on, capturing her panic-stricken face before the screen went dark as the phone fell to the floor. She dashed up the stairs barefoot, screaming her son's name. "Zayn! Zayn! Jesus! Zayn!" There he was, crumpled at the bottom of the stairs, not moving, eyes shut, lips slightly parted. Ruth screamed, pierced the house. "Somebody help me! Oh God! Chooks! Chooks!" She didn't think twice. She carried the unconscious baby in her trembling arms and reached out for her phone with the other. With shaky hands, she called Chooks. "Chooks! Zayn fell. He's not moving." Chooks, in the middle of a meeting, didn't even ask questions. He grabbed his car keys and bolted out of the office. By the time he got home, Ruth was pacing the parlor, baby still limp in her arms, tears rolling down her face like a broken pipe. Chooks rushed the boy to the hospital. Nurses swooped into action as soon as they saw the child. Chooks held his head in his hands as he sat in the waiting room. Ruth sobbed beside him, but he didn't say a word to her, not a single word. The hospital corridor smelled of antiseptic and sorrow. Zayn was admitted immediately, placed in the intensive care unit. We hope he recovers," the doctor said. But what remained in Chooks was anger. The disappointment, the resentment. He didn't speak to Ruth for 2 days. He stayed by Zayn's side. And on the 5th day, Zayn finally opened his eyes. Relief washed over them, but he didn't fix what had been broken. "Chooks, please, I didn't know. I was just busy being a TikTok celebrity," he cut in sharply. She looked down. "I made a mistake." "No, Ruth. A mistake is forgetting to turn off the lights. This This is carelessness, criminal carelessness. You were more concerned about your followers than your own child. Ruth burst into tears. Her makeup, which she had applied daily, even at the hospital, was now a mess. I love my son. Then, you don't act like one, because right now, you've lost every right to call yourself a mother. She cried even harder, but Chooks turned away. Chooks filed for a divorce from the hospital. He handed Ruth the paper that evening without ceremony. "You are joking, right?" she said, stunned. "I am not. You need help, Ruth? So, you want to throw everything away, our marriage? You threw it away the moment you chose likes and views over your family." She looked at the paper in disbelief. "And Zane, you want to separate me from my child?" Chooks gave a sad smile. The court will decide that. But after what happened, you don't have much ground to stand on. Ruth stared at the paper. Her world crumbled around her like a sandcastle meeting a tide. For the first time in months, Ruth didn't go live. She didn't post. She didn't upload reels or trending dances. Her phones became a ghost in her own hands. The internet moved on quickly. Her loyal followers started commenting, "Where is Queen Ruth? Hope she's okay." Oh. But the sympathy didn't last. Soon, screenshots of her crying at the hospital leaked. Bloggers pick it up. TikTok star Ruth abandoned baby for clouts. The comment taunts her. She let her baby fall for likes. "Madam, go and be a mother first." Brandies started disappearing one by one. Emails stopped coming. PRO companies silently backed out. Ruth, the once rising star, was now radioactive. She sat in her empty living room, staring at old videos she had posted. The laughter, the filter, the fake joy, none of it felt real anymore. She picked up her phone, stared at the camera, then dropped it. Ruth moved back with her parents. It was a quiet compound in Ketu, far from the glam of Lekki. Her old room was still there, dusty and decorated with stickers from secondary school. She lay in bed, staring at the ceiling fan turning slowly above her. Her mother came in and sat beside her. "We warned you, Ruth. This your TikTok obsession will not end well, but you didn't listen." Ruth said nothing. Her mother sighed. "Zane is doing better, thank God. But you need to fix your life. Not for likes, not for the world, but make you do am for yourself." Ruth nodded slowly. Later that night, she stood before the mirror. She looked at herself. No makeup, no filter, no ring lights, just Ruth. She barely recognized the woman staring at her back. But maybe, just maybe that was where she needed to start. Life at her parents' house was simple. No ring lights, no brand deals, no food delivery from overpriced restaurants. Her mother cooked real meals and her father read newspaper instead of scrolling on social media. Her phone stayed mostly off. Whenever she turned it on, notifications bombarded her. Some fans missed her, others mocked her. The world had moved on, but she hadn't. She spent most days in silence, staring at her reflection, journaling, or occasionally helping her mom around the house. One afternoon, she overheard her father talking to a neighbor. That girl, she went to make her whole life a show. Now, see the results. She has embarrassed herself. Those words pierced Ruth's heart. She had never considered how embarrassed her parents might have felt seeing her antics online. She picked up her journal and wrote, "I chased fame so hard. I lost my mind, my marriage, and almost my child." Chooks insisted Ruth undergo therapy before he would consider any co-parenting arrangements. At first, she resisted. "Do I look mad to you?" she snapped during a phone call. "You need help," Chook replied calmly. "For your own good and for Zane." After several days of reflection, she agreed. Her first therapy section was awkward. Ruth didn't know how to open up without a script or filter. Why are you here?" the therapist asked. Ruth looked at her hands. I think I lost myself in the process of becoming someone else. Over the next few weeks, she began unpacking her life, her humble beginning, the hunger for validation, the need to be seen, loved, and followed. She cried through some sections, laughed through others. She started understanding how deep her obsession with fame had buried her real identity. One day, while helping her mother at a small provision store, Ruth saw a young girl taking selfies outside. Auntie, are you the TikTok queen? The girl asked. Ruth smiled softly. I was. Your videos used to make me laugh, oh auntie. I wanted to be like you. Ruth paused. It's okay to be inspired, but don't lose yourself in trying to impress people who don't know your name. The girl blinked. I just want to be popular. Being popular is not the same as being happy, Ruth said. That moment stuck with her. She decided to return online, not for fame, but for purpose. She deleted most of her old content and posted a simple video. No filters, no wig, no music. Hi, I am Ruth, she said. And I almost lost everything because I thought being viral meant being valuable. But I am learning now. The video didn't blow up, but it touched a few hearts. And for once, that was enough. Months passed. Zayn was growing fast, walking, blabbing, and clinging to chooks like his hero. Ruth had only seen him twice during supervised visits. Each time, she cried afterwards. It was part of her, yet he didn't reach for her like he did for his father. She called Chooks one day. I am ready to be a mother, not for likes, for real. Chooks sighed on the phone. Ruth, I want to believe you, but trust takes time. I know, she said. Let me earn it. After discussing with lawyers and social workers, Ruth was granted partial custody with visitation rights. The first time, Zayn spent a weekend with her. She turned off her phone completely. No pictures, no posts, just blogs and picture books. They played, laughed, and even napped together. When she handed him back to Chooks that Sunday evening, he smiled. He looked happy. So am I, Ruth replied. And she meant it. Life didn't go back to what it was. It moved forward into something better. Ruth still created content, but now it was different, real, honest. She started a series called Life After Likes, sharing her lessons with young people, especially girls hungry for online fame. Her following grew again, not in millions, but with people who genuinely connected with her story. Chooks, seeing the transformation, opened the door wider. Ruth was allowed to spend more time with Zayn, and they even had a few family outings. One Sunday, after church, Chooks told her he would love to have her back in their life, as Zayn had loved him. So does he. Ruth could not believe it as tears of joy filled her eyes. She was given a second chance, and this time she was ready to give her all and become a diligent mother and wife. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this story. Let us know in the comment sections the valuable lessons you have learned as we interact in the comment section. Like this video please, and kindly share this video to your loved ones. Subscribe to this channel if you're not already subscribed. Until I come your way again with another story. For now, from me, it is bye.